All right, let's see if we can get started. All right, hey, Michael, hey, Nikki, good to see you. Can you see me? Chat, yes, if you can. Yes, awesome. All right, let me just pull up the screen here. Awesome. All right. Oh, and Coldplay is still playing. Hang on just a second. Let me turn that off completely. All right. I hope you enjoyed a little hype music as we are getting started. I'm super excited uh, to launch today. Welcome to Get Your Dream Off the Ground. I'm so excited to have you all here. Some of you are with us right now live, and then some of you will be watching your recording of it later. So I just want to just say hello, kind of get things started, talk a little bit about what you can expect over the next 21 days, and get started thinking about goal setting, which is what we're going to be embarking on first. So let's kick it off. All right, so I wanted to start by walking through our syllabus a little bit. You should have gotten an email this morning that included links to the course content, the text, a link to the Facebook community, which is going to be an important component, and then a link to this URL right now. So those are the three links that you'll kind of want to continue to refer back to. So let's just get started talking about the course description. So if you want to go ahead and open it on up in a PDF, maybe on your computer or on your phone, like I have it on my phone, then we can walk through it together. So you might have seen in some of the material on Facebook or on emails or on my website, but Get Your Dream Off the Ground is an e-course for those who have professional creative goals and want support in reaching them. So I talked about in just a couple of the most recent emails. It's not only meant for creatives or entrepreneurs, but anyone who can really see their career growing by an expanded and more intentional online platform. Um, so we all need a nudge to help us move in the direction of our dreams, and this is that nudge. Over 21 days and 10 lessons, the small cohort of creatives will dive into goal setting, personal brand case studies, website must haves, the secrets to an excellent personal brand, social media marketing, strategies for promoting your work effectively, time management, and fighting fear in the creative process. So that paragraph kind of summarizes what the next 21 days are going to look like. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you'll get an email from me in the morning, probably about 5:45 in the morning. So I'll make sure and catch you before you go to work. And that email will include a link to a video or a podcast. So starting Friday, you'll get a podcast, and then starting next Monday, you'll get a video, and it'll alternate for all the lessons up until the last one. And so you can expect that. So you don't have to feel kind of overwhelmed by getting this whole like course textbook and having to keep up. I'll always tell you where to turn in the email that day. So the first lesson, of course, is this one, and we're kicking off right now. And the remainder of the course lessons will be work that you can complete on your own time. You know, whenever it works best for you. Everything should be accessible on a mobile device or your computer, so you can watch or listen on the go. Maybe even while you're exercising, you want to like multitask your heart out. That'd be awesome too. So I'm referring to our course members as a cohort because I really see this group thriving in connection to one another. So it's not just going to be you kind of passively receiving content from me every other day, but it's really you taking in content, thinking about how you can apply it to your life and your work right now, fleshing that out through workbooks and through notes and journaling, and then sharing what you're learning in the Facebook community with the rest of the class so we can encourage one another, we can have insightful conversations, be challenged, and even give each other feedback on what it is we're going through. So I'm really, really excited about that. So you are a part of a special cohort. I believe by the end of the day, there will be 14 of us, which is just about the perfect number. So I'm excited to get started. And if you don't have a Facebook account, I encourage you to create one just for this class. You can create a temporary one, just link it to an email address. send me your username and I'll add you to the group, because it really is an important component. And there's a way to use the benefits of Facebook without having to deal with the really annoying parts of Facebook. So yeah, let's see. You should have gotten in that first course text of like 75 pages or so. That's going to be all the visual content that you'll have in the class, aside from videos. So everything, all the text that you'll get is there. So it's all should be in one place. I think probably the best way to go about it is to print all of that off and put it in like a 3-ring binder where you can jot down notes as you're watching a lesson or listening, or as you're doing a workbook, so you can have it all in one place. And yeah, I think that that's probably my recommendation for the best way to experience the course. And so as far as outcomes, if you're kind of like excited about the class but you didn't know exactly what you'd be getting out of it, these are my goals for you. To come out of the 21 days having assessed the strategy for achieving goals, defining your personal brand, learning best practices for growing an audience, learning content marketing strategies and application for your goals, learning time and project management strategies, and creating a roadmap for the next step in achieving your goals. We walked through the course materials, are the slide decks that are in your big course text PDF, workbooks that are there too, and notes pages. And then you'll also be getting videos and podcasts as well to supplement that. I recommend that you engage with the course materials using a Mac or PC, but it should be accessible from any kind of smartphone that you have. And the last part of the course materials, like I mentioned before, is that Facebook private community group. I've made it secret so people can't even see that you're in it. So it is a very private, just add on to the class and to the class experience. So you don't have to feel like people might be snooping on, what you're up to in your own personal education. So it's just between us and each other. And then in the syllabus, I have the copyright policy. All content here is copyright HSL Enterprises, except for the jam music at the beginning of lessons. That's not copyright us. That's courtesy of an awesome musician. Okay, so now I want to walk through the course schedule for the 10 lessons over the course of the next 21 days. So today we're kind of setting the stage so you can have an understanding of what to expect, what outcomes to expect, what kind of schedule, maybe what kind of time we should put into it. Each lesson will vary as far as time commitment goes, but I would encourage you to set aside anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour to go over that day's lesson. So that's going to be, you're going to be getting a lesson on Friday. So you could go over that anytime over the weekend. And then next week it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you might want to pencil in some time. I'm a big believer in scheduling meetings with yourself because people will take all of your time if you let them. So, and you are just as important as anyone else. So make sure that you schedule time for yourself. It's already a good sign that you're investing in yourself by taking this course. So I want to encourage you to make it the best experience it can possibly be, to set aside that time to invest in yourself and invest in the course. So starting Friday, we're going to be having the podcast and the strategic questions to clarify and achieve your goals workbook. And then next Monday we'll be exploring personal brand case studies and best practices via video. And then Wednesday, defining your personal brand, a podcast, and an optional homework assignment where we'll be applying the concepts that we learned in the case studies that we looked at in the previous lesson. Then we'll be exploring finding clients, gigs, and customers. We want to grow a presence, but how do you practically find those new people who buy into your brand and resonate with your message? So we'll be learning about that. And then the next lesson will be a hands-on reach out challenge, podcast, and homework. And then the 7th lesson will be a deep dive into content marketing. I really believe it's a secret sauce to establish credibility. So I'm excited about that lesson. And the eighth lesson is the choose your own adventure. I've pretty much heard from just about everybody on which track they'd like to explore. You have gotten one of three versions of the course text based on what your preference is: maker, freelancer, or personal brand. If you haven't gotten a chance to let me know which track you would like, go ahead and email me, Hillary@HillarySutton.com, and let me know. Um, Freelancer is going to be if you have some sort of service that you're going to be providing, maybe graphic designer, photographer, writer, where you do work and deliver it to someone. That's going to be part of the freelance track. The personal brand track is if you want to elevate your personal online persona. So that will be if you are trying to grow a following as an author, as a thought leader, a consultant, an actor, something where it's you in your mind that you want people that you want to grow a following for. And then maker is if you have an Etsy shop or if you want to sell like handmade goods or something, any kind of products basically. So those are the three tracks. So let me know if you haven't let me know yet. That only affects lesson 8. All the other lessons are identical for everyone. And then lesson 9 is when we'll dive into just the practicals of time and project management. And I'll share with you some of the techniques that I've used and found helpful. And then we'll also dive into fighting fear in the creative process. Getting something off the ground can be a scary thing. And so I want to arm you with some tools and some ways to think about it as you jump into something new or seek to grow something. And then lesson 10 is a one-on-one call with me. In a week or two, you'll get access to a calendar where you can make an appointment to schedule that 30-minute one-on-one consultation. And so that will be basically an opportunity for you and I to talk about, what you've learned, what you've gleaned over the past 21 days, and figure out like what your course of action is moving forward. And if you feel like you kind of have that really clear and established, we can also use it as a time to just do Q&A. If you want to pick my brain about anything related to your business and your goals, that's fine. It's your 30 minutes. So as far as the way all of those lessons work together, we're going to start today thinking about what our goal is for the next 21 days, what our goal is for 2017. And then we're going to walk through starting Friday and moving into lesson 8, how to elevate your brand online, grow your online presence, build credibility, become the first person that someone thinks of when they think about someone in your industry or with your skill set or with your passion. And then we'll move into how you can activate everything that we've learned over the past 3 weeks and be really intentional with the rest of your year. So I'm really excited. I think a lot of us probably started 2017 with big dreams and big goals and really wanting to take our work to the next level this year. Maybe you have an online based business that is a pretty you love it, but it's not where you want it to be. Maybe it's not your full-time income, or maybe it's not something that you get a response from every time you post, or I don't know what your specific challenge might be. Hang on for water. But I want to see over the course of the next 21 days, you think about it in a new way and figure out for yourself what are some things that you can do, what are some new strategies that you can put into place to grow your online presence, to have the marketing that you're putting out and the branding that you're putting out really come back and be beneficial to you and reap the rewards that you want them to reap. So that is what we're going to start thinking about today. A little bit about me. I'm kind of going out of order here with the bullet points. I hope that's okay. I just wanted to take some time. I don't know how familiar you are with my career journey. I graduated from undergrad in 2007. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I had explored probably 4 different majors in college. I ended up with a major in journalism, a minor in theater, a minor in vocal performance, and a minor in English. I don't think anyone needs 3 minors, but I got them. Um, I graduated in 2007. Thought maybe it would be cool if I could somehow build a career that I got to perform in theater some of the time and got paid to do that, and then did some freelance writing. At the time, there were not professions in social media. That didn't come till a few years later. This was only 2 years after Facebook launched, to give you context. So I spent the first 4 years out of college bouncing around cities across the East Coast, performing at different theaters. In between the times that I would be performing, I'd be working at Anthropology, the retail store, which sounds great until you've been doing it on and off for 2 years, and then you're like, I can't fold one more sweater. I will die. And we had to finger space the hangers. It I love the discount, but I had no money to spend anyway, so the discount wasn't that helpful to me. But anyway, I there just came a point where I decided I don't see an end in sight to performing for 2 months out of the year and then going back to work in Anthropology for 9 or 10 months out of the year. It was a cycle, and I knew that I needed to change what I was doing to get new results. So I ended up going back to grad school to get a master's in communication. I had seen some other people in my life do more school and end up having the opportunity to teach college online. And I thought, well, that would be cool because one of my biggest values is autonomy, and I really value flexibility. And if I could teach online, then maybe I could do that and perform some. So I decided to go back to grad school. Got a master's in communication. While I was in grad school, I began to get some opportunities to do some freelance social media. I got particularly interested in social media when I was living in New York, just before I went to grad school, actually. I went to an a special program for interns who were working on Broadway in various um, fields and offices. And I got to hear from a guy who had created a campaign for the Broadway show Next to Normal. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but they had an incredible campaign where they worked with the composers and the writers for the show. And they ended up it was kind of an obscure musical initially, and then it became the first Broadway show to have more than 1 million Twitter followers because of this really unique campaign they did. And I thought, man, there's something really special about the intersection of live events and mobile devices. And I knew that that was something that was new and on the cusp and hadn't been fully explored yet. And so I decided that I wanted to write my thesis and study that when I was going to be going to grad school. So because of that, and because of my interest in studying social media, I began to get some freelance work while I was in school. And that began really my freelance journey of doing social media management, doing blog writing as a profession, and kind of cultivating, creating this unique career that wasn't um, that paid a lot better than Anthropology hourly wage. And someone is knocking on my door. I'm busy. Thank you. Anyway, so so yeah, so I went back to grad school, and then things began to change. So that's kind of the journey that I took for those first about 6 years after undergrad. And then I got the opportunity to teach online for Southern New Hampshire University, to start doing community management with Spotco Advertising Agency in New York, to work with Broadway shows, doing social media for them, and um, and building kind of my own business and my own career. So I just want to encourage you. That's a little bit about me. You can learn more at hillarysutton.com. Uh, I just want to encourage you to think about today, and maybe even take some time to journal tonight about what it is that you want to achieve over the next 21 days. in your journey. Um, what do you, um, if you could articulate what it is that you want to achieve, biggest, craziest dreams, write those down, but then also think about what it is that's achievable and accessible to you right now. Um, so at, right now, I would love for you to head over to the Facebook group and introduce yourself. Share a favorite photo of yourself and answer these questions. Who are you? Just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're passionate about, why you are here, and what your biggest challenge is in getting your dream off the ground. So basically, that gives us all kind of a little bit of a context of who you are and what brings you to the group. I told you a little bit about me today and a little introduction to me and where I've come from. And yeah, I'm just so excited to work with you all. And we'll let that be the next bit of the next step on this journey. And then you'll hear from me again via email on Friday. But in the meantime, I will see you on the Facebook group. Bye.